Hi guys. We are gonna give you a wall tour. I don't think you've ever heard of that. But yeah, I write on my walls in my closet, and I'm gonna show you what I write. So we'll start with this right here. um, Love. That's all it's about, love. I wrote this down before I put this, like months before. And I just reiterated something that I heard Kendrick Lamar say because I really resonated with it. And Kendrick Lamar is probably my favorite celebrity. And recently I did this black hole, and I put it because I found this poem that I wrote called Void with Intention. And I'll just read it. Why not? Where? If I can find my telephono. Here it is. Pew pew pew. Pew 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 pew. Okay. Without darkness, there would be no light. Without light, there would be no darkness. The two dance hand in hand for eternity, twirling in a spiral across the cosmos, leaping over rocks, landing on the stars, never letting go, always holding on for dear life, because without the other, they'd cease to exist. Everything would cease to exist. So they dance and dance, never growing tired, propelled by the love they have for each other. Light dips darkness into the abyss, then brings her up for a sweet kiss. I love this poem so much. I wrote it at a very interesting time. I very much was in the love energy, but it wasn't directed towards the right person. But it's okay, because like, even though that situation never worked out, I made something beautiful from those feelings that I felt. So yeah, Void with Intention. My past person helped me name the poem. I just really liked that, so I stole it from him. Void with Intention. It's like I guess what that means to me is like, I go into the abyss. I dip into the abyss purposefully, intentionally. I dip into it to create, because that's where everything is born from. Everything is born out of darkness. So I purposefully put myself in the dark so I could create something beautiful. Yeah. Okay. The universe is always talking to me. Plain and simple. The universe is always talking to me. I'm gonna like zoom in on some of these. I just wanted you guys to get a good view of my face a little while longer before I turn the camera. But yeah, this is, I had the best day of my life, and he wasn't there. So I'm actually talking about the same person. It was my birthday last year. Last year. And he wasn't here, and I had the best day of my life. I had one of my best birthdays. I had such a good time, and he just did not show up for me that day in person, not even through text. And so he didn't deserve me, and that was like confirmation that this wasn't the person for me, because the right man for me would not make me question my place in his life. Okay, I think I am just gonna switch the camera already, so you're not gonna see me for a little bit. Okay, so yeah, that's about the one that we just did. That's a better view of the one I was talking about. And then, losing my mind is my greatest fear and my greatest fantasy. That one I wrote down because again, like, I like putting myself in those dark places, and I start to like understand the world, and and my purpose in it, but it can weigh a lot on me, and I tend to like lose myself because I feel like I'm becoming one with the cosmos, and that scares me. Like that's what I want. I want to see what that's like, what it feels like, and like remember. I want to remember what that's like, but it also really really terrifies me. Um, life is about to get so good. It's gonna blow your mind. And then I did a little illustration. My friend says that looks like a tree coming out of her head, which is funny. Um, that resonates. Um, what you're afraid of isn't even real. So many good things are happening. I am neon lights and earth tones. And yeah, I just like noticed that like my aesthetic, like I love earth tones and I love neon lights. And if you scroll down my YouTube channel, you're gonna see like all my like the thumbnails are basically neon lights and earth tones. You have to make yourself uncomfortable to move. This is something I learned on mushrooms. When you are uncomfortable, when you feel the most anxiety, it forces you to make a change that ends up like enlightening you. Wear your pride. The reason why I wrote that down is because it's really hard for me to be prideful in the things that I do and in my talents. And so now I'm trying to wear them proudly. Calm down, control, take a breath. That's something that my aunt tells her kids. And when I lived in Wisconsin, I would just hear her say this a lot, and it really helped me. Because sometimes I do get riled up and angry easily. And I just need to like calm myself. People will follow only if there's movement. I saw this in a video and it really resonated because I started doing YouTube, right? And like if my YouTube is stagnant, if there's no movement, then of course people won't follow. Also, the reason why they were saying that is like for people to follow series, which is something that I'm working on. I'm coming up with series. I want to feel alive. I feel like I haven't started living yet. I mean, of course, like I spend time in my closet just making music all the time and spending time at home all the time, and like yeah, I'll go out with friends sometimes, but I feel like I haven't really gotten to see the world. Oh yeah, I just get so angry sometimes. It gets scary at night, but it makes me shine bright. That's tied to like the void with intention, like going into dark spaces to create something beautiful. Um it just I guess that's why, cuz it forces this light inside of me. Like if me putting myself into darkness forces me to search for the light within. I wish things could be easier because who doesn't? I need to let loose more often. I'm too grounded, I guess. I can be really like bubbly, but I feel like I'm overly serious sometimes, and I wish I wasn't as serious. My brand is authenticity because it is. I cannot be fake. Like I wish I could. I would probably fit in a lot better. I'd probably have more subscribers, but I cannot be fake. I can only be myself. And that's a beautiful thing, and I just prefer things that way. I prefer for people to connect with me for the real me than for a persona that I'm putting out into the world. I want to hit something harder. I do. Sometimes I'm not as angry as I used to be though. I'm still a child because I am. I'm still her. I'm still a teenager, and I'm also an old lady. And it just like, I carry all those different versions of myself inside of me. My problem is that I want to do it all at once. Don't tamper with my beauty, please. Don't tamper with my beauty, please. Oh yeah, because I was worried people were sending me ojo, and I started getting breakouts, and so that's why I put that. And then I like burning herbs, not just marijuana, but also actual herbs. I love sage. I like Palo Santo, but I love sage. To go back now, That's how I feel about YouTube. Too late to go back now. YouTube and music. I woke up crying because I was swimming alone. Oh, okay. For this one, I'll come back. Okay, I know my face is red, but I don't know why I'm digging it. I'm digging the red vibes. But the reason why I wrote that down, I woke up crying because I was swimming alone. I wrote it because I had this dream, and it was actually about that guy I was just talking about, which is funny. I never thought I would dedicate a video to talking about him, but I guess I wrote some of these things while I was in like a situationship with him. But yeah, so I had this dream, and this was after I had already ended things with him, but it was like very early on after ending things with him. And I had this dream of one of my friends, and she looked different. She looked older, but she looked skinnier, and she was like bigger at the time. Or she's a bigger girl, and she was skinnier in my dream. And yes, me and this past person, I'm gonna call him Joshua. Me and Joshua we had already ended things, but like I still cared about him, and I just still felt funny like about him. I don't know, it was weird. And so in this dream, we are broken up, but him and my friend, I'm gonna call her Feyre. Him and Feyre were like starting to get together, and in the first dream I let them, like we were at this like quinceañera, this party, and I was like, you know what, you guys do you, like it's whatever. But then they start really like rubbing it in my face, and he like is being like super like extra, not even caring, just more so like touchy, because that's really all he was. He was super touchy with me, especially in public. He was super touchy with me, like he wanted to show that he had a claim over me, but emotionally he just couldn't be there for me. And so yeah, in the first stream I was like, okay, you guys do you. But I end up walking away, and then me walking away, it turns into me swimming away alone, and I wake up crying, and I realized, or hold on, then I go back to sleep right after that, and the dream starts all over again. It like restarts, and this time again, like I'm presented with the same question: am I gonna allow this to happen? Am I gonna let them be together? And this time I changed it up. I'm like, no, like I thought I was gonna marry this man. Like why would I think that's okay? And they get together, and they don't get together anyways, but they start flirting with each other anyways. And then we're at this party, and I was like, you know what, like how do I say it? I think I told Joshua, I was like, I don't care if you're with anybody else, like I'm over you, like you can move on, I want you to be happy. And then my friend Feyre reaches out to him, like a hand out to him, and I was like, not you, bitch. Not you. Like we're friend, or we're you're my best friend. You really think I'm just gonna think it's okay for you to like just suddenly like be all over this guy that I used to think I was gonna marry? And I was like, you know what? Never mind. Like, you guys deserve each other. Like, I don't want any part of this. And then I walk away, which turns into me swimming again. And I end up waking up from my own sob. I was like sobbing in my sleep, which is so sad. And I realized when I officially woke up, oh, like I was a turtle. Like when I was swimming away, like I was a turtle alone in the ocean. And that's why I wrote that. I woke up crying because I was swimming alone. And that's how I feel. Like I'm swimming alone. But now I found this like peace. Like turtles choose to be alone. They don't have to be. They choose to live in solitude. And that's how I feel now. I'm choosing to live in solitude. It'd be nice to share this peace with somebody else, but most people would just kind of obstruct my peace. So I'm okay with it just being me right now. Okay, let me continue showing you my wall. We left off there. I'm right where I need to be. I'll do it scared. You know, even though I'm scared, I'm gonna do it scared. And that's YouTube, that's my music, that's going to Thailand, that's for a lot of things. Who knew that words can be art? I mean, I can't like zoom out right now, but like I would consider all of this art. I am formless. Seagoat is the name of my band. The night is for dying, the day is for living. So this one, I came up with this phrase while I was on mushrooms, because during the night I would go through extreme transformation and I would have to process a lot of my past and a lot of the shit I've had to deal with and my shadow. I would have to get to know my shadow. And the next day, like after all of that, I would feel like complete freedom from myself, from my mind, from my own cage that I put myself in, and I feel like I could finally live. It's about time that I do mushrooms again, actually. I need to feel that again. I've moved on, but I still wonder how you're doing. That's about my ex, who I'm not hung up over him anymore, but like it says, I've moved on, but I still wonder how he's doing, because I do care. My anger comes from years of pain. I have anger issues. Like, it's something that I need to work on, because I want to have more patience for for myself and for my animals. They get me angry sometimes. I want someone that sees me as an asset, not a distraction. Because most guys, it's like they don't really view a woman as an asset or like as an investment. They just see her as a source of comfort or a source of pleasure. I want somebody to see me as an investment. I want somebody to want to work with me, you know? And I want someone that really sees my value and what I could bring to the table. And somebody that sees that I can like hold my own, you know? And take care of myself, but doesn't want to let me, you know? Okay, anyways. Please give me what I ask for. I want to feel alive. This is me talking to God. I've prayed for so many things. I haven't received all those things, but I know I will. I already said this one. What you're afraid of isn't even real. What does it say? Why is it not? Oh. Playing guitar is the perfect mix of pain and pleasure. I haven't changed my guitar strings, and I prefer that way because I like the sound of it, but it does really fucking hurt when I play it. Use my mind for good. I'm referring to myself. I'm also referring to my future husband, and again, who I want to see me as an asset, and who will use my mind for good, to do good in the world. Soul connection. I drew this. Then I wrote a song called Soul Connection, and then I wrote that next to it. You have to remember who you are. I need to continue, actually. You have to remember who you are. Let me see if I could do it one-handed. You have to remember who you are. Oh, no, never mind. Okay. No, I wrote a different version of this. I put, you have to remember... No, to know who you are, you have to remember who you were. That's what I wrote down. So I'm gonna leave that alone. But yeah, the reason why I wrote this specifically is because like there's things that I know I'm capable of, and I can change the world, and I am powerful, and I forget that sometimes. I forget that I'm the prize sometimes also. Can we chill soon? I wrote that after a song that I sang about my ex. Fuck him though. Now I'm gonna take that as, like, again, my future husband. I just wanna chill with my future husband. Soon, fuck. The castle is my mind. My mind is a fortress. I don't know who I am until I pick up a pen. I don't know who I am until I start writing. I don't want to let you go. Fuck him, though. I don't care anymore. I'll probably continue, like, write something else just to, like, counteract that, because I don't resonate with this statement anymore. I can't complain, you are who you are. That goes for everybody. Everybody. My ex, my friend Feyre, my other ex, Joshua. It's just, I can't complain. They are who they are. But I can't make excuses for them, or, like, I can't put aside my desires for them as much as I care. Okay, over here. Life is so funny, but I can't bring myself to laugh. That's the beginning of the first song that I released that I produced myself, called Just Holds Me Back. That's how it starts. And yeah, life is so funny, but it's ironic and gets on my nerves sometimes. And then underneath here, I wrote, I'm a writer, and I was born to be on a stage. Let me talk about that. So the reason why I wrote down that I was born to be on a stage is because when I was 8, I was in dance, and I performed on a huge stage with the rest of my dance classmates. And we did, like, a showcase. That was when I was 8. That was a huge moment for me. And then when I was 12, I joined the worship team at my church, so I started singing on that stage. And then I left that, and I joined another worship team when I was 17, and I went on that stage. And then when I was 21, I want to say 22, I performed with an acquaintance of mine at the time, and she wanted a backup singer for her songs, and she gave me a week to prepare. I did not learn her songs. She didn't even have lyrics for them. But yeah, I didn't learn her songs in time, but I still performed with her, and people loved it. They couldn't tell that I was just doing oohs and ahs the whole time and not actually saying words. Or they didn't realize it's not the way that it was supposed to be a different way. And so I did a really good job. I'm great on a stage is my point. And yeah, I'll feel nervous and maybe I'll be shaky at first, but once I get comfortable, I really, really get comfortable. I forgot to mention, when I was 18, I joined a band and I played piano and I sang backup vocals also. And everybody always said I was the life of the show. And that's just like an honor. And so again, I was born to be on a stage. That's that. I've had a lot of practice on them. Okay, let me show you the last ones on my other wall. Okay, so these are the last ones. Don't forget to make a bit of time to learn. I don't remember where I saw that, but I wanted to keep it as a reminder where I have my, like, studio stuff, because I need to take the time to actually, like, learn and get better at my craft. Time hasn't aged me. That's for my song Child. And like I said, I'm still a child. Time hasn't aged me. There's a reason why a miracle birthed me. And we'll end on that note. I'm going to turn it around. So the reason why I wrote that down is because my mom's name is Miracle. And she was named a miracle because she was a miracle. They had told my grandma that she couldn't have kids, and even after, because they said she couldn't have kids, she was drinking, she was smoking, she was doing drugs, and she turned out pregnant, and her kid, my mom, came out completely healthy, and that in itself was a miracle because she didn't think she would have kids, and then she had 3 more after that. And so my mom was a miracle, and there's a reason why a miracle birthed me. She needed to be born to be a mother to me, and I'm not entirely sure, what exactly my purpose is. I have ideas, and or I think I really have multiple purposes. I just know that I'm here for a very, very important reason, and I needed to be raised by my parents, and I had the perfect formula to make who I am today, to do whatever I need to do. I don't know how to explain that. But yeah, that's all I have. I'm gonna be writing more. I need to fill this wall. I need to fill the last wall that's in front of me that I just showed you. I still need to fill this wall, but I don't like to force it. It's just when I really, really feel the need to write something down, I will. I just need to spend more time in here, and then I think I'll be able to fill it. I don't know if this is even something that would interest you. I don't know if it's intriguing or not. But if I do, add more, I'll do another update for you later on. But that's what I have for you, and thank you for sticking around to have a wall tour. That's funny. Okay, I love you. Bye.